Rivian is following up Tesla, though, with opening its EV charging network to other brands. I'm going to complain again about EV charging networks. I'm glad that everyone's like, no, we'll open them up. Use the same frickin' connector then, because I don't want to have to, when I eventually get an electric car, I don't want to carry around 50 adapters to use your chargers, or just have to figure out how your stupid charger works to have the right adapter on it. Tesla's retrofitting theirs with being able to do that with certain types of adapters, but just let's all standardize this stuff more. It's good that we're all opening it up and working together to make these a wider, so you don't have to only go to this network or that network and figure that out. I'm glad we're trying to make everything to everybody, but let's make some things standardized. Like Type C is going to be standardized in the UK as well. Or Europe. I don't remember who's doing what over there, but let's standardize some stuff. It doesn't have to charge via Type C cable, but let's standardize it like that, where everyone's using the same thing. Now, this is going to be shortly after they took advantage of integrating Tesla's supercharging locations with a Magic Dock into its vehicle navigation app. So in Rivian's navigation app, it will also pull up Tesla chargers that will support that vehicle, which is sweet. Now these chargers will have the included CSS adapter to work with non-Tesla models, opening up what may consider to be the best DC fast charging network across the US. Very, very good likely, but we'll kind of see what happens for sure, because these things roll out and they don't always roll out the smoothest, so we shouldn't jump ahead of ourselves. Now, on Marques Brownlee's Waveform podcast earlier this month, the CEO of Rivian said that they basically decided to build out its own network after realizing the underinvestment in public charging. Fair enough, man, but maybe we should, at least the way that Elon advertises Tesla, their goal is to accelerate sustainable energy, right? So if that's true, maybe you guys can try to work together on a charging network. That would be sick to see if the two newcomers in electric vehicles that are kind of I would say they're the two biggest companies kind of talked about outside of, your traditional automakers. If those two could come together and be like, nah, we're powerhousing this, that would be sweet. Now, they plan to have around 600 stations with fast charging in the next 2 years, prioritizing connecting the East and West Coast. Now, Tesla EV charging networks is one of the best options today, and that's just not going to change Tesla's number of chargers, but also the reliability and uptime of its own. I have family members that just had issues with reliability and uptime of their own, and this is exactly the problem with electric vehicles right now. Not necessarily the range, well, it does suck. If the chargers worked fine, the range wouldn't be as big of a deal, but the truth is, at some point, you're going to need to not charge at home, and if you're not driving a Tesla, you're going to be kind of upset that that's what's happening. But this is sweet that Rivian's at least thinking this far ahead, that they're going to need to have some other way to deal with electric car chargers outside of what Tesla is providing. And Tesla can only invest so much in it, so somebody else is going to have to build out some form of charger. I mean, if there's only two connectors, that's one thing, and that's fine. The problem is everybody's going to try to do their own thing, because that's just what companies do when they're trying to outpace the other ones.